welcome back to my channel. Today I did this look on my sister Sherray. She just turned 16 yesterday, so happy birthday, Sherray. And she wanted something dark, very vampy looking. I think she looks gorgeous. She never wears makeup. She's all natural. And yeah, so if you want to see how I created this look, just keep watching. Hey guys, so I'm just starting off with the Badescu eye cream. I'm placing that underneath her eyes. I like to prep the skin before I do the eye makeup. That way it's all set and ready for the foundation. Now I'm using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance eyeshadow primer. I'm placing that from her lid all the way up to her brow bone. This will help the colors stay longer and it makes it more vibrant. I also like to set that primer with something that's a nude color close to your skin tone. Right here I'm using the Wet n Wild Creme Brulee single eyeshadow. And moving on, we're using the Anastasiabeverlyhills Modern Renaissance palette. I've been loving this palette, you guys. If you don't have it, it's like a must. The eyeshadows blend so well and the colors are amazing. So here on the crease, I'm using the Morphe E23 brush and I'm just defining her crease. It's going to be the transition shade and I'm using burnt orange. So I'm just blending that on both of her eyes. Take your time with blending. This part doesn't have to be precise. You know, you just want to create a crease there. And then moving on, I'm using the M433 brush by Morphe. And I'm just further creating that crease there. I'm using the color Realgar? I don't know how to say that name, but something like that. And it's like a really warm tone orange. So I'm just blending that in and it's deepening her crease and it's coming together. Alright, and then we're moving on. We're using the Meet Matrimony palette by the Balm. And I'm just taking a flat eyeshadow brush. I think this one's by BHcosmetics, and I'm taking the color Matte Moskowitz and I'm just putting that onto her eyelid all over. My technique for this is patting motions and then swiping motions. I think I get the best color payoff that way and the least fallout. Yeah, just pretty much tapping, swiping. And that's how I achieve that. And then I'll go back in with the color Realgar and that same brush, the E23 brush. No, that's not an E23 brush. That's actually the Morphe E30 brush. It's a flatter, fluffy brush. And so I take that color Realgar and then I'm blending out the corners, the outer parts, just so there's no harsh lines. And then I'm taking the Sigma E25 brush and I'm blending two colors actually into the crease, and it's the Matte Kumar and the Matte Moskowitz color. I'm blending that there. This is just giving more definition, and I'll go back and forth in between blending in the crease and then building up that color on her lid. I want this look to be very smoky, so it takes a lot of blending and just packing on that color. So yeah, just going back and forth continuously, keep blending. Makeup remover wipe and just wipe off the fallout and any parts of the eyeshadow that I don't want on there. You can use tape for this sometimes too, but this time I just use the makeup wipe, whichever you prefer. Okay, and then the foundation that we used here is the Infallible Pro Matte Foundation by Loreal. I used two colors, 104 and 106. That is Golden Beige and Sun Beige. I mixed those two together. She's a lot paler than me, so I used a lighter foundation and then just added a little bit of warmth. And then mixing with that, I'm using the Hard Candy Illuminating Strobing Drops. You can use as much or as little. You can even not use it at all. This just gives it a little bit of a glow. It's not too harsh. Priming her face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I'll use a brush to blend that out, and then I'll go in with my fingers. This is another Wet n Wild brush. I like the Wet n Wild brushes. They're affordable and they work fine. I don't have a problem with it. I'm all about being affordable and saving money. Makeup is already expensive, so wherever I can cut corners, I will. And here I'm using an e.l.f. brush. This is a flat foundation brush, and I'm just basically spreading that foundation all over her face. I use this technique just so it gives me the full coverage look. If you don't want something too full coverage, then you could just, I don't know, go in with like a foundation brush or a beauty blender. But this gives me the best coverage. I like to do full coverage with like a really bold, intense eye makeup look. I think it goes hand in hand. And so yeah, I just basically spread that foundation all over her face, and then I use a damp beauty blender to blend it into her skin. And yeah, just take your time here. Try to avoid getting any of it on your eyeshadow. And I do try to like keep underneath her eyes kind of bare, because we'll be going in with a concealer, and you don't want it too cakey under there because you'll be adding a lot more product in that area. And don't forget to blend it down to your neck and into your hairline. That way it doesn't look too like. Now I'm taking this LAgirl Pro concealer in creamy beige, and I'm just putting that in the areas that I want to highlight. She doesn't need to conceal anything, so this is basically just for highlighting. But if you want to conceal, this concealer is really good for concealing and highlighting. Now I just sprayed her face with the Badescu facial spray, and now I'm just using the beauty blender to blend that out. I find that that spray helps creasing, and it makes a smooth application, I guess. It makes everything like not too dry. Yeah, so yeah, you see how easy that blended out? I love that. And then here is the LAgirl Pro Concealer as well. This one is in Beautiful Bronze, and this is something I like to do when I'm doing a really intense bold eye makeup, is I like to cream contour first before I powder contour. Yeah, so I just put that in places that I want to basically contour, and then right on her nose as well. Depending on your face shape, you know, contouring can be different for everybody, even your nose. And then I take this Morphe brush, and I'm just blending that contour out. I won't blend too much with it. I like to use it before I go in with a sponge. It just makes the job easier. That's what I find. So I'll blend it out a little bit, and then I'll go back in with a sponge and really just push that into the skin and blend it out so it's not so harsh. The sponge that I'm going to be using, no, actually I'm going to contour her, or blend her contour on her nose first. I'm using one of the brushes that I got from a brush set from Ross, and these are really good brushes and super affordable again. And yeah, that really just blends it. I love to use it for the nose contour. And then here's the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. And I take that, and that's where I'm really blending that contour out. If you don't want to spend so much on a sponge, like a beauty blender that's like 20 bucks, this right here is like $5, and it works just as fine. You know, nothing compares to the beauty blender in my opinion, but this sponge comes really close, so you should try it. And here is the RCMA No Color Powder. This powder I love. This is like $10 on Beautywish, and I really love it. It's like 3 ounces and lasts forever. It's a lot of product and such a good price. And then I'm just taking that same powder and I'm setting the rest of her face just lightly. I'm just using a stippling brush by BHcosmetics. Then taking a flat definer brush, I'm going to be placing that right along her lash line. This is the Matte Moskowitz color from the Balm palette. Just really close to her lash line. We won't be using eyeliner in here, so this is basically acting like the eyeliner. You put that on there, and then we're gonna really just smoke out that bottom lash line. And then I took a pencil brush here and just further smoking that out. Really driving that color there. And then this is the E25. Yeah, E25. That's just a smaller version of it right there. And I'm taking that Real Guard color and really just smoking that bottom lash line out. I go back and forth between the colors and just building it up until I like the way it looks. You really just see it coming together, and you can see how smooth that bottom lash line looks. Now this is the KatVonD Shade and Light palette. I love this contouring palette. One of my faves. And this is a Wet n Wild brush. I think it's supposed to be like a blush brush, but I use it to contour. You use it to blush for blush as well. And I'm taking that middle color. The color is called Shadow Play, and I'm taking that and basically using it as a bronzer. And then I'll go in with that same brush and with the color Subconscious, which is the darkest color in there, and then I'll just really just chisel her cheeks out. And this brush right here I got in the Loreal palette, the contouring palette. And I like to use it with that same RCMA paletter, and I'll just really pack it on there to bake her contour. It makes it just like a neater look. I don't like it too sharp or anything. I'll dust it off, and it just that powder doesn't make it look too crazy. And then just going back in with that brush again. That brush that I use to blend out the cream contour, and I'm taking that same middle shade and putting it right on top. This is the Anastasia Dip Brow in dark brown. I use this stuff all the time for my eyebrows. Some people have a hard time with it because it can look really harsh on your eyebrows, but the key to that is just taking very little and spreading it all over your eyebrows. I don't put too much on the front. Sometimes I don't put any at all. But I start with the tail and just like blend it in and just fill in those sparse areas. Try to keep it looking a little bit more natural, but still give it some shape. And this is a Milani brush that I got from, it comes with the Milani pomade. Yeah, so that's the brush that I'm using. It works fine. Just brush it through with a spoolie and with the product. And I'll do the same thing to her other eyebrow. And depending on your eyebrows, sometimes you need more product, or I don't know, your technique for your eyebrows. Just do it how you like it. If you like more intense eyebrows, then do your thing. Now I'm brushing up her hair on her eyebrows just to get under there and make sure I'm filling in those areas that really need it. Try to avoid the areas that are already really dark on your eyebrows where you have most of your hair. And pay attention to those areas that barely have the hair and just even it out. And then here I'm just taking concealer and just carving out her eyebrows, cleaning them up. I don't like to use too much, and I try not to use like a really light color underneath the eyebrows or on top to carve them out, and it looks really good that way. Now, just very little product, you don't need a lot at all, but this step really does bring out your eyebrows. You could already see it. It looks really, really clean. So if you have haven't gotten your eyebrows waxed or threaded, this is a good step to take. It's worth it. And this is the NYX Tinted Brow Gel. This is in the color Espresso, and I'm just basically setting her eyebrows there so it doesn't move. Then I'm taking that same BHcosmetics stippling brush and just brushing away the powder that we were baking with. And you can see it doesn't leave like a really harsh line on there. And then I'm using the Maybelline Eye Studio gel liner in Blackest Black. And the first brush I used came in that kit, so I use that along the lash line. And then I take the Sigma E06 brush. It's a really small, tiny slanted brush, and that's how I create the wing. I use two brushes just to make the job go by faster. I feel like if I use a really thin brush trying to go along the lash line, that it will just take longer to build it up. So I just use the thicker brush first, and then I take the thinner brush for the wing. Yep, so you'll see me just start on the outer corner there and then work my way inside. I don't start out too thick, I do go a little thin, and you know, you can build up from there. Yep, just follow the bottom lash line going up, just put your brush up and use small strokes, and then I bring it back down, just filling in that part. You can make the wing as long or as short, thick, however you like it. And I feel like we went like mid-range on this one here. She has really slanted eyes already, so I didn't want to go crazy with the wing liner. And I'm taking a concealer here and just cleaning up the edges of the wing, making it more sharp. If you have problems with having that perfect wing, I find that tape also works good. This is the BHcosmetics Professional Blush Palette, and I'm just taking one of those corally colors. It has a little bit of shimmer in it, and I'm putting that just on the apples of her cheeks. It's not too harsh of a blush, so it's really pretty. And then I take that damp beauty blender and I'm just blending everything in together. I do this a few times. I just really hate harsh lines, so I try to blend it all in, and just so it looks like there's no start and end to any parts of her face. This is the Loreal Truematch Lumi, and this is the golden one. It's illuminating. What is that? It's called the Liquid Glow Illuminator in golden. And I just put that at the top of her cheekbones, and on top of that I'm going to use the Gerard Cosmetics Star Powder in Marilyn, the gold highlighter, and that Morphe brush, and I'm just basically putting it on top of there. I put it where the natural light would usually hit her face, and I don't like it too intense. I like a good highlight, but I'm not really into all that crazy blinding highlighting. But if you like it, then tack it on. And then I'm just putting that on her chin and on her cupid's bow. And some more blending. So I use that beauty blender a lot. Just blend it in. And this is the Urban Decay Perversion mascara. And I'm just putting that on her bottom lashes. And these are Dodo lashes. D119. Actually, those are D115. Yeah. And these lashes are 100% mink, and they are $5 a pair. I do have a code. It's Beautybyshaimarie if you're interested in using it. These lashes are really great and affordable. And there's so many different styles. They even came out with 3D style lashes. So yeah, give that a try. I'm just using tweezers to put those on there. I should really get some professional lash applicators. This is the J.cat Beauty Rocker Chic lip liner in Raw Berry. And I'm just lining her lips with that. I take my time on this because, especially with dark colors, it's so easy to mess up. And it's a lot harder to clean up with a concealer with dark colors. So take your time here. And yeah, just basically following the shape of her lips. I'm not overlining anything here. And then over that, I'm using the Milani Amore Matte Lip Cream in Obsession. This color is beautiful. I'm obsessed with it. And basically just putting that all over her lips. Take your time with this because it's hard to clean up. If you haven't tried this lip cream or this form of a liquid lipstick, it's really good and another affordable thing. The color payoff is really good and it lasts long and it doesn't feel like there's anything on your lips, so it's not drying at all. Just taking a little bit of concealer again and cleaning up those edges that I messed up on and making the edges more crisp and clean. And now we're coming to the end here. This is the Hard Candy Fast&Fabulous setting spray. I like the setting spray and it smells really good. And then I just spray her entire face with it. And that's it, guys. Here are pictures of her end result. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and leave a comment down below what you want to see next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Live it up, live it up, live it up.